as a Bitcoin shrimp. If I DCA'd weekly at $100 each into Bitcoin and ETH, how much would I accumulate before the halving? And how much could that be worth at the height of the next bull run? So I didn't ran out a bit of time for this, but it's very, very difficult to forecast exactly where we'll go in a short window of time. It's much easier to forecast where we go in, say, 3 to 5 years versus the next 12 months, because there could be World War III. There could be a huge clampdown, a global coordinated effort to arrest people to own Bitcoin or whatever else. That's the danger. So it's really, really hard to forecast. And I don't have a crystal ball, but I do model things out based on price. So with your question here regarding DCA'd weekly, what I can do is show you what would have happened if you DCA'd $100 weekly over the exact last 12 months, 52 weeks. So I'll show you if you DCA'd versus DCAS, and this is our DCAS model here, what you would get. And remember, this is DCAing in a bear market. This is the best time to DCA. But it's also because of kind of a flat period, no huge volatile spikes, you'll see the kind of returns. But if you did invest $100 per week over the last 52 weeks, you would have right now 0.24 Bitcoin. If you use DCS, you'd have 0.265 Bitcoin. And your ROI, again, using just DCA, would be 27% versus 31.2% using DCAS. And what DCAS does, it helps you identify the peak times at which to buy and the lows at which to buy. You don't buy during spikes, or you don't buy during big downturns as well. So from that perspective, your $5,200 would have got you a quarter of a Bitcoin, which is very good. Now, ETH, a little different situation, a little more volatile. Here, you can see you'd have DCA 3.5 ETH versus 5.49 ETH, but this model had you buying at big dips and buying heavy. So you would have spent more, but your ROI would have been higher as well. And sometimes as well, the key message here is like when Tesla fell down to $106, $102, I was literally looking behind the sofa for money to go in hard because I knew this is silly, cheap price, totally oversold. And that's what sometimes you have to do when you see huge opportunities to buy things really cheap. In this case, that was when Ethereum fell down to that bottom left corner here. It was down around $900, $800, which is very, very cheap for Ethereum. So that was the time to just literally look behind the couch, beg, borrow, steal. I shouldn't say that. Any pennies you have and just go in hard. Get in early, get in hard. That's what we say. So I hope that gives you an idea. So ETH, you would have had, just DCA. I think it's 3.5, 3.2. Can't really see. Hang on. 3.5 ETH and DCAS about 5.4, but you would have spent a little bit more on DCAS.